We are out here in Hutto, Texas in the Rolling Glen neighborhood, which only features two builders, Starlight Homes and their upscale sister company, Ashton Woods. In today's video, I'm gonna show you both builders side by side, what the comparisons are, the differences in finishes, the different price points, and different buying experiences altogether. Whether you're budget focused or whether you're focused on looking for that custom built home that you can put your own personal touches on, this video is gonna make that decision much more simple. And like always, if you need help with your home buying or selling journey, reach out to me and the team. My link is down below in the description, or you can easily scan that QR code which is on the screen. Without further ado, let's jump straight into the video. All right, we are in front of the Starlight Homes model that I'm gonna show y'all. This is gonna be the only Starlight Homes that I show you in this video because in the Rolling Glen neighborhood, these homes sell like hotcakes out here. So this is the only one available to show that's in the completed condition and best to show for the video. If you want a more detailed breakdown of Starlight Homes as a whole, I've made a Starlight Homes builder review on my channel, which I'll leave on the screen, and I'll also leave that link down below in the description. So make sure you check that out to understand the product a little bit better. So this floor plan is called the Radiance. It's a 3-bed, 2.5 bath, about just under 2,100 square feet. And these floor plans sell anywhere from 354 to 364 in this neighborhood. And I'm just gonna swing that camera around. So as soon as you walk into the house, you do have this little loft area over here with the carpet. You can turn this into an office space, really do whatever you want with it. And then we're gonna get to our whole living area and kitchen combination here. Now, because I made a Starlight review video in the past, I am gonna point out some things. For example, you are gonna have carpet in the downstairs area in your living room, and also the loft section over there. That's just part of Starlights as a brand. In this neighborhood, it's a little bit more unique because they do come with a fridge and a washer and dryer, which I'll show you guys here in a little bit. But that is included in the sale, which is not very common. It's just more so showing what type of market that we're in. And because we're in a gas community, you do have the gas cooktop here. Something that kind of stands out to me is that the patios are a little bit bigger over here in this neighborhood versus other Starlight neighborhoods. And this particular lot has a green space behind it, so no neighbors going on in the back. You have a pretty decent sized yard. You do not have the covered patio, you just have the large patio slab right here, or I wouldn't even say large, but respectable. That's gonna be your coat closet right there. You have a half bathroom right here. And then we have this 2-car garage over here, which does not come with a garage door opener. It is not pre-plumbed for a water softener. It does have an irrigation system, which is already Wi-Fi enabled, but that's pretty much all that you're really gonna get. Now, you do get this little extra space in the garage where your water heater is at, so you have this little extra storage space going along the rim right there. But other than that, it is basically the same or a standard 2-car garage. We're gonna go upstairs now. And upstairs, you will be greeted to this upstairs loft, which at my house, we are using this pretty much as like an office space. Mine is a little bit bigger than this, but in my house, we're able to fit a desk on one side with a couch over here and a desk over here. Over here, you'll probably be able to get away with still fitting 2 sets of desks if you wanted to go that route, but most definitely, it will be a tighter fit, but you could definitely get away with fitting a couch, a TV to have it as a chill media room. If you wanted to work from home, set up a desk, have a little workstation, or even keep this spot for the kids to play. This is gonna be your primary bedroom over here. It is a pretty decent size master bedroom. You have the 1 recessed light up top, no ceiling fans, comes with the house. Everything is pretty much standard. You have wall plugs on every section of the wall, so you could have the ability to maneuver furniture around and electronics around any way that you want to. So Starlight Homes, again, they are kind of known for, in my opinion at least, having smaller bathrooms. And I do break this down a little bit better and a little bit more in that Starlight Homes builder review video. This is not what this video is about. It's showcasing the difference between Starlight and Ashton Woods, at least in this neighborhood. So in this bathroom, you do have the makeup nook, and then you have this stand-up shower over here. And then they have a pretty decent sized walk-in closet as well. Like this is pretty decent size. My house is a bit bigger than this one and my closet is about half the size of this closet. So we're gonna look at the other 2 bedrooms over here. So since this is a 3-bedroom house and it's in that 2,000 square foot range, these bedrooms are gonna be a bit bigger than your standard guest bedroom size, which you gotta enjoy. I like the fact that they added the window. It's a big window at that inside of this walk-in closet. And this bathroom almost feels bigger than the primary bathroom. You get a little bit more of a wider space, not as narrow. You have the full bath over there, a decent sized counter space over there. And like I mentioned downstairs, the Starlight Homes in this neighborhood at least comes with a washer and dryer already. This is not a super oversized laundry room, but it's enough of a size to where you get to keep the iron board inside and iron your clothes and things of that nature. You also have your attic access right there in the laundry room. Y'all let me know down below if that's a good spot to have the attic access or you would prefer to have it somewhere else in the house. And then finally, you have the last guest bedroom over here. Pretty decent size too. These are not small guest bedrooms whatsoever. And this one has a pretty decent sized walk-in closet to go along with it. So as mentioned in the beginning of this walkthrough, this is not to really give you guys a detailed breakdown of Starlight Homes since I've done that already in the past on my channel. Watch that video. This is just to show you the key differences between Starlight and Ashton Woods, especially in this Rolling Glen neighborhood located here in Hutto. Now remember, this is the Radiance floor plan. This floor plan could cost you anywhere from $354,000 to $364,000. All right, we are in front of that Ashton Woods model. This one is called the Colton. And funny enough, this is actually the most popular floor plan in the Rolling Glen neighborhood on the Ashton Woods side. Their model home is also a Colton. I try to get as close as possible to that Starlight Radiance floor plan that we just walked. This one is the closest that I can get to y'all. This one's a 4-bed, 3-bath, 2295 square feet. So it's a little bit bigger, has an extra bedroom and an extra bathroom. It's also a lot more pricier. We're talking about a price starting out at $425,000. So a $60,000 to $70,000 price increase on the Ashton Woods side. Something worth pointing out is that Ashton Woods owns Starlight. So think of Ashton Woods as literally being the next tier up from Starlight Homes. Now, something I failed to mention with Starlight is that Starlight does not have gutters on their homes at all, but Ashton Woods does come with partial gutters on their houses. So that's a bit of a difference right there. And also as we're walking up to the door, these doors are much taller than the Starlight Homes counterpart is. And plus a small little feature or a small little detail, they have these little keyholes right there. So something I also failed to mention with Starlight Homes is the lights. And it's not really me failing to mention it, it's just the fact that it didn't really have a lot of lights for me to point out. But with Ashton Woods, you are gonna have recessed lights pretty much everywhere in the floor plan versus or compared to Starlight Homes. Now this is gonna be, I guess, the extra bedroom that we're gonna talk about in this floor plan that Starlight Homes did not have. Remember, Starlight Homes instead had that office space downstairs, not the extra bedroom, and also not the full bathroom. We had a half bathroom in Starlight Homes. Over here, you have your linen closet, and then you have your coat closet right here. And this coat closet is a deep coat closet. And if you really wanted to customize this closet, you could actually wrap this around that way, just like what they've done in the model home. It does cost extra, but you do have that option. So before I get to the living room, I'm gonna show you guys the garage real quick. So in the garage, the biggest difference between Starlight Homes and Ashton Woods is this garage is finished aside from the ground. So they painted the walls. You have this automated garage door opener. Remember, Starlight, you didn't have that. You just had the irrigation system, which you also have in this house. And this one is pre-plumbed for a water softener already. It is a standard 2-car garage as it is with the size and everything. Same size as Starlight, but different finishes. And you guys are gonna see quite a bit of that with the different finishes throughout this entire walkthrough. So now I'm in the living room / kitchen area. So real quick, again, looking up, look at the amount of recessed lights that you have in your Ashton Woods house versus the Starlight home, which you do not have all these light options. With this kitchen, the biggest difference is this right here. So Starlight Homes had granite countertops. These are quartz. With Ashton Woods, at least with this floor plan, you have the window right in front of your sink, which lets in that natural sunlight, gives you something to look out when you're washing your dishes or whatever you do at the sink. But also, you have this built-in oven, and you have this stainless steel gas cooktop. You had this stainless steel gas cooktop in Starlight, but you did not have this built-in oven combination. And one thing to point out is that, look, it doesn't have a fridge. Starlight, at least in the Rolling Glen neighborhood, you are given a fridge, washer, and dryer. Ashton Woods, you do not have that option, but right now, they are offering complimentary appliance packages that you could choose to add the washer, dryer, and fridge. And if not, if you are buying a house and they're no longer offering those options, well, if you partner with me as your realtor, I will negotiate that for you. The other thing I want to point out is that it comes with backsplash inside of the kitchen. And with Ashton Woods, you have the option to change cabinet colors, to change the backsplash, to change out the floors. You have the options to change around your cosmetic finishes. Versus Starlight, you do not have that option. What you see is what you get. Big difference is also in the patio space. So remember with Starlight Homes, that patio, it wasn't too small, but it wasn't too big either. And I actually walked another Starlight home right after that one that was the same exact layout. And that patio was literally a 4x4. Much smaller than the one that you guys saw in the video. This one is, first of all, long as hell. Second of all, it comes covered, so you don't have to worry about this hot ass Texas sun burning you. And third of all, you have a gas hookup out here. So if you wanted to build out a kitchen out here or put a grill out here, you already have the connections to get that done. So as y'all are starting to see is that with Ashton Woods, you are having a little bit more control in what you want your house to look like. Versus Starlight, what you see is what you get. And that's a big difference in terms of price as well. We're gonna head upstairs now. And one thing to point out is, I mean, this is the same type of stairs that was in the Starlight Homes, but this one's completely different because the stairwell is open versus just having it walled off. And it does make a big difference to the aesthetics. The house breathes a little bit better. It feels bigger in this space. And talking about a bigger space, this is gonna be a bigger loft, but again, we are working with about 200 to 300 extra square feet inside this house. The difference between this loft and the other one, aside from the square footage, is gonna be the windows. You're gonna have these extra windows right here to let in that natural sunlight. Versus Starlight Homes, you're gonna be regulated to these types of windows right here. So you're not gonna have all this open space right here. If anything, you have one window on that wall and one window on that wall. So this is gonna be the primary bedroom right here. I think the primary bedroom in the Starlight house feels a little bit bigger than this one. If anything, they are the exact same size, but I think the Starlight home is a little bit bigger. You also have to remember this house has an extra bedroom and an extra bathroom. Space has to go somewhere. But the bathroom inside of this house is much bigger than the bathroom inside of Starlight Homes. First of all, have y'all seen a shower this length at this price point? Usually this type of setup is reserved for houses 500,000 plus, and you get this at $425,000. Huge bonus and benefit to have. And then you have all this counter space. You got the dual vanities right here, all these different drawers. Then you have the private king seat behind this door. It's not out in the open. You have a linen closet behind that door. And then you have a spacious walk-in closet to go along with everything else. I think this closet is a little bit smaller than the Starlight Homes closet. But I mean, at this point, I'm just nitpicking that. It doesn't feel smaller. So over here is gonna be a laundry room. In the model home, what they've done with this laundry room was that they added a sink to it. So on top of adding a sink, they also had drawers and cabinets up top. You are able to add these options to your Ashton Woods home. You can't do it if the home is already built, but if you are getting a customized home from ground up, or even before it's finished, you can add these options as customization type options. whereas Starlight, you do not get that opportunity. These guest bedrooms, I would say, are roughly the same size as the Starlight Homes. And I would say the difference is that, I mean, you got the similar size walk-in closet, and same thing as this bedroom over here, similar size as the Starlight Home. I would say the difference with the closets is that you don't have the window in the closet like you do in the Starlight Home. This is the shared bathroom upstairs. I would say that the Starlight Homes shared bathroom is a little bit bigger than this one. But again, I'm just nitpicking. I'm kind of just splitting hairs at the moment. So now that we talked, now that I've shown you guys the differences in terms of the layout and the finishes, I want y'all to leave your opinion down below on which builder you prefer between Starlight Homes and Ashton Woods. I'm expecting the majority of y'all are gonna say Ashton Woods, but I would like to know your reasons why you chose the builder that you chose down below. All right, so in today's video, we looked at both customizable options in Ashton Woods or just flat out stock options in Starlight Homes here in the Rolling Glen neighborhood out here in Hutto. So if you're looking at moving not only in Rolling Glen out here in Hutto, but just in Austin Metro in general, I want you to reach out to me and the team. We help people like you all the time, all day, every single day. We have countless of people reaching out on a daily basis. So make sure you click that link down below in my description to schedule a one-on-one call, or you can simply just scan the QR code that's right there on the screen. I will also leave that link in the top pinned comment. And before you log off, make sure you check out some of my other videos, different neighborhoods. We have this neighborhood named Floor that I'll leave right here on the screen. That is a master plan community down the street from Rolling Glen out here in Hutto. And I also have an entire playlist full of different neighborhoods throughout the Austin Metro. And more importantly, I have a playlist that will help educate you as a buyer so you know exactly what to do and what not to do, which I'll also leave somewhere here on the screen for you to check out some videos. This is In Austin with Dawson, and I'm out. Peace.